Alright y'all, welcome back to some more Horizon Forbidden West. So I went through and like looked for the I had to go through the Google list. I was like, the list of side missions and errands please, because I'm missing some. To figure out what I was missing, so I had to go through the list that I've already done and then compare it to Google. And I found where they are. I guess I never went near those places, I guess. I don't know. But I found them. And then so I found the two errands. The two errands are out in the world, and the last side mission is at the base, which I remember seeing that one. I just didn't go talk to her. Cause what's her name? Alva or something like that? The Quinn girl? I hear stip stomps. Oh. That's why I'm hearing stip stomps. You over there. You can hear the game good and everything. Yeah. Got a new outfit. And I also, oh, she's barefoot. I didn't realize that. Okay. But I went around and, oh, there's some danger over there.
Is no good here.
So I had went around and was trying to find some things that weren't on here, like some of the variants. Apparently some of the variants, they're kind of random. So it's like I could go to, because I've been to every spot on this map with all the machines and stuff, but I'm missing stuff. And there's also machines that are just out and about in the world that aren't marked. Cause like I had to go, like I think it was up here or something, or no, it was like I think it was up here, like somewhere up here in these mountains or whatever. I think it was up here in these mountains. Yeah, it was up here in these mountains. I found one variant for the whatchamacallits. What are these things called? I'm mad I can't remember, and they're every burrowers, but I'm still missing like two. Like it's gonna be a minute for those. See that this is weird because I saved it, right? But the errand is somewhere over here, and it's off the map again. That is so weird. It's like, I don't know, it's like somewhere right here. That is really weird. Okay, so I'm supposed to run back this way then? Really? So weird. That is so weird. I don't know why it does that. It's like I went out of my way to make sure it was on the map. So all I gotta do is just fast travel. And it takes it away. Man, you still over here? If you don't go somewhere. and leave me alone?
Please, my squad mate needs help. You've got to help my friend.
Wait. Slow down and explain.
Batea and I were heading south with supplies from Saltbite when machines attacked. I left her behind so I could get help from the Grove and ran straight into another machine. Thank the 10 you were here to help.
So your friend is still up the road, fighting machines?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'll bail her out if I can. You go on and get those reinforcements.
Will do. I'm in your debt.
I'm all the reinforcements you need. I was just there. I was literally just there. I was literally just there. Okay. That was literally just there. Ooh. Don't mind if I do, because I am broke. There's still other armor and weapons I need to buy. Though it has nothing to do with the 100%, I just want them. Except for the legendaries. So there's a few legendaries I can buy. But all the rest of the weapons and armor, I'm just getting it just because I want them all.
The other Tanox should be somewhere up the road.
Didn't I just run down this same way? And now the machines are gone? I don't understand. I feel like this is a trap.
A supply sled. That's the supplies. And the Tanox soldier.
I'm confused. Okay, well,
I'm gonna leave you here.
Don't die, I guess? That was weird. Who is making that sound? And can you stop?
It looks like the Tanox tried to salvage some supplies after getting attacked. Then dropped them? In a running battle? Maybe they can lead me to the other soldier. There. Tracks from the missing Tanox.
Don't mind if I do.
Definitely looks like the other Tanox ran off this way.
Oh, I'm going the right way anyway. Who's looking at me? Who? Oh, okay, just them.
That must be the other Tanox. Hey! Vita sent me!
By the 10, that lump made it. I thought we were both finished.
Let's clear out these machines!
No, I did not.
More machines inbound!
What? Wow, this one is sturdy. making burrowers. Look how it missed. Wow.
We've got incoming!
Still?
Places. How are we going to take that thing down?
Take that down? I don't know. You tell me. I don't have any shock arrows out at the moment. There. Ooh.
Attack! No time to lose!
No time to lose. Like, bro.
You stubborn fool! You haven't let me down yet.
Almost done!
You did it! I can't believe I'm alive.
Thanks for the reinforcements with the last one. When she said, how are we going to take down that thing? I thought that Thunderjaw was coming to pay a visit. And I was about to have some problems. That thing is too close. What's that?
Thanks. If you hadn't shown up, I would have been machine grist.
All I did was give your friend here a little time to come to the rescue.
Ah, you're full of it. I barely escaped with my life on the road.
That I believe.
I, hope some of your supplies are still usable.
Me too. Food's always scarce. The soldiers at the Grove need the rations. No way we can trek back north to Saltbite to get more.
I'll get this one back on her feet and we'll scrape what's left of our haul of dessert.
You're making me hungry. Thanks, Outlander. We won't forget what you did.
Stay safe, both of you.
Oh, that was pretty short. And the other one, I don't remember where the other one is.
We share the same enemies, Outlander.
The Outlander, I offer you an honorable...
Oh, why?
Aloy.
I would fall. It's right up there.
Seems like I have a fan.
What you cooking over here? What What you cooking? Look at a dragon fruit. Look at a dragon fruit at the top.
Your actions meant more than just Regala's defeat. You saved my entire world.
Red dragon fruit is not good. Yellow, very good.
You said something about rewarding me? You don't have to. Regala had to be stopped.
That battle was almost the end of me and my partner Sosek. During the fighting, I was surrounded by rebels just as I saw a machine about to strike him down. Then your bomb fell from the sky and he was saved. We all were. I can't properly repay you for what you did, but I can offer you something.
You really don't need to.
Honor is payment enough for any warrior I know, but Greenshine will buy more blades. I discovered a cache of it inside a cave on a mountain to the southwest of here, right at the edge of the desert. It's guarded by machines, but if you can fly in and bomb them as you did in the battle, you can claim the Greenshine for yourself.
I might give it a try. Do you want me to bring some back to you?
No. It's for you, all of it. The least I can give you for saving Sosek's life. I only wish I could be there to see you swoop from the sky and claim it.
A cache of Greenshine could come in handy.
Ooh,
Seems
thank
like I'll
you.
have to fly up there. A bomb from a Horus would make dealing with those machines a lot easier.
That is one of the things I plan on doing once I'm finished with all the side stuff, because I just want all the green shine. I just want them. Okay, so this is the Horus. I mean, why don't I just fast travel to this and then fly? I feel like that'd be faster.
I know. As soon as I get leave.
Where? Oh, over there. Well, why are you being a creep talking about you watching me? Why are you watching me? It suddenly feels like somebody's watching me. I mean, that's right there, but, you know. I also got to go back through these rebel camps and stuff, because it's not... It says I'm missing, like, one for each rebel camp and outpost, but I did them all, so maybe I didn't grab the tags or something. Because you know I'm trying to 100% this, and I'm not trying to get cheated, okay? I've worked too long and too hard to get here. Too long, too hard. Ugh. Steering is a bit rough. Woo! Whoa, what just happened?
There's the Horus. Time to pick up a bomb.
Oh, there's flying machines. I don't got time for y'all. I don't got the time for y'all. Leave me alone. It's funny, like, after I clear out the rebel camps and stuff, machines just move on in. So I'm gonna have to re-clear them just to see what I'm missing, because I'm not understanding why it's saying I'm missing, like, one or two, or something like that, when I did them all.
Machines. Must be the spot Moralo told me about. This bomb should come in handy. Time to drop that bomb. Make things easier. Gotta finish off those machines and pick up that green shine.
Finish them. I gotta land and stuff. Like. Everybody just gets that. The fact that I missed is a I don't got time for none of y'all's mess. Especially you. Oh, I can't even make it anymore. That's great. No, no, Hippo, no. First of all, why is this thing still alive? You don't like purge water either, don't you? No. Shock? Listen here, monkey. Wow. I like how I missed. And I missed that too. Wow.
Machines. Time to find that green shine.
Do you have special edition of this game? What up, R2 JR2? Yes, I have the collector's edition. That's Scorpion. I'll take some of this. Don't really need it, but I'll take some. Move it, lizard! Oh. Well, hello. Y'all just be putting random stuff up in here. See, this is why I feel like I'm always missing something, because I didn't even know that metal flower was there. So maybe it just only shows up when you do it. Because I've ran right by here. There should have been a question mark there. So I'm hoping that it's just because, you know, it's part of the side mission. I mean, the errand. So it's not going to pop up anyway. That is what I'm hoping. Because, man, I don't want to miss anything. I want everything. But so much time. So much time. Oh, okay, never mind. I would say we could trade if you had the regular version. I still have not opened it. I need to play through Zero Dawn. Play through Zero Dawn! You gotta do it. You gotta do it. All these goodies. I must have all the goodies. There's stuff way back there. Lord. Woo! Nice catch. Okay, here's one. I saw 2 purple things. Ah. Oh, I was already back here. I just missed it. Oh. Whoa. That board is strong. Oh. Man, I need you to give me like a lot of shards. I don't know if I'm supposed to like set these off and use them or what. I just be collecting stuff. Oh, that's the energy cell I dropped though. I was like, what is this? Let's see something way over there. And what is this that I missed? The long leg.
There's the cache. I just need to get past those vines.
Yeah, but I saw something purple over there. Way over there. What up, Doku 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 Doku? The wholesome Doku has arrived. How's your day going, homie? And happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving! I forgot it's Thanksgiving. My day is good. Welcome in. I am sleepy. Wait, I just lost it. Where did it go? Oh. The day's pretty good. Though I didn't sleep well, but I blame the Red Bull on that one. So, how's your day going?
Why does this feel too easy?
Oh, why'd you say that? See, you know what? How was this easy? I killed, it was like 2 hippo booties. I don't know why I call them hippo booties. 2 hippos, 2 wide maws. It was like, what, 2 long legs, I guess? And something else. I don't know. It was a few things here. Like, how was that easy? I can't even make any more of this. It's my saving grace. There's probably something in there waiting for me to let it out. Yep, there it is. What is it?
This was too easy.
Oh, hello, Dreadwing, my fave. I finally caught one of your streams, I fell out. I always see you in Dimple's chat. Oh, yeah, because I usually stream pretty early just because of my work schedule, because I work like nights, so I just do it first thing in the morning just to make sure that I'm not late for work. Your day's going okay, just chilling out, prepping food? Ah, yes, yes. Cooking a lot or just like a couple things?
It's gonna be tough.
Woo. Don't hurt me, I love you. What am I stuck on? I thought it was safe. Ah. Oh, I'm in the water. Oh, I'm in the water. No. No. Oh, all up in my face. Ma'am. Ma'am, sir. We could have been friends. We literally could have been friends. But you don't want that. Oh. Can't even. I don't even. Whoa.
Come on!
You're squirrely. You're squirrely. Oh my gosh. Ah! I'm tired of you. Yo! Yo! You came up in my face though. I was over here minding my business. You didn't have to come over here, you know. You really didn't. Just mad. I am so tired of you. You just a problem. Get some of that, you know. Oh, I was too close. Why are you creepy crawling towards me? Oh, look at the sun! That looks so nice! As death is like coming towards me and I'm over here taking a thumbnail, like. Ow, I'm blind! Why you do me like that? Oh! Ooh, I'm about to die. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did not need to. Bro, chill. Bro, chill. Yes. That was a good spot too. Oh! Oh! Oh!
To deal with.
Oh! 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 Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, saved my life. My life. Ah. Woo.
I should pick up that green shine now.
Of course I am. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Weird stream schedule. I do have a weird stream schedule. It's just, yeah. Just a few things to be honest. Usually it's feast, but this year not so much. Yeah, I feel you. Basic turkey, yams, mac and cheese, meatballs, green beans, stuffing, and chicken. That sounds like a lot. Fried chicken. That still sounds like a lot to me. Sounds delicious, but a lot. We for all over here. Give me your stuff. Give me your stuff. You probably have, what is this? I'll take this skin. I mean, there's no way I didn't like shoot anything else off of you through this chaos. Got one of your fangs. Only one fang. That's that bird, and it's like those two things there. The animals were killed in the crossfire. What is this? Oh, oh, I said turkey. Vulture wishbone. And I want this. I need a little bit of that.
I'll save the extra stock for later.
What just jumped in the water? I know. Did you just hear that? I just heard a splash. What the heck is jumping around over here? Like, I don't like that. Ooh, give me these goods. Ooh.
It was nice of that Tanakh soldier to point me this way.
Ooh.
I wasn't looking for thanks, but I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take that skill point too. Which confuses the heck out of me because as you can see, yeah, that's the same guy from John Wick. Yep. He is also the voice of Zavala in Destiny as well. If you play Destiny, that's the voice of Zavala. The leader of the Guardians, and I guess also the leader of the... I forgot what type he is, but he's a tank. He's the tankier side. I forgot what they're called, though. Because you got hunters, warlocks, and I forgot what the other one is called.
I just know they meant a lot.
Where you at, girl? Well, at least it was a short prompt. It was a short mission, main mission prompt, so it's not gonna go ahead and propel me into that because I don't want to do it yet, because that's gonna be like the finality of the game. Because I still, like I said, I still, you know, I need to find the variants, what's left of all the variants, though it's not included in the 100%. And then I want to get the weapons and armors that I can get. And then I want to get all the green shine just because I'm greedy. I have all the collectibles, data points. Thankfully, it's not connected. And then skills. I'm trying to figure out how the heck am I supposed to get all the rest of these skill points. I don't understand. I've done everything. I don't get it.
You flew? Kotalo told me. And took out Regala's machines? You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost.
Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
So, yep, that's Destiny 2. I didn't think about that. I didn't either for the longest time. Because I did play Horizon, and then I was playing Destiny, and I didn't piece it together for quite some time of playing Destiny. I didn't piece it together at all. I was like, that voice sounds familiar. I wonder where. And I think I either Googled it or it just like came to my mind or something. I probably Googled it knowing me. I was like, oh, that's the same voice. So yeah. How's your training going? She's precious. She's precious.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Let you study? Man. Whatever. But I liked it. Was funny when she came up, because it was like, she's like, you can't see any of this? She's like, no, that's why it's lost. She's like, let me check. And, oh, yours is outdated. You have version this. Version this can't read anything past this year. Let me help you out. Like, bro. It's like, it's like when you have a smartphone and it's so old that it no longer receives updates. That's basically what she had for years.
Are you okay?
Upon years.
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
Yeah, she is pretty darn angry. Like, super angry.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
Miss Silence. He's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
Normally people who are all about knowledge are kind of like that. They're more on the science side. And they kind of... yeah. But I'm tired of his shit. I'm tired. What about your family?
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that. Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
So they keep it, only the overseers can know about the really bad stuff and hide the truth from everybody. Wow. Wow.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the Legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Faro, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the Legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the Legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Misinformed is an understatement, because she did everything.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The Legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the Legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be ready when you call.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty. Well, where is that? I don't know where that is. Market. Oh, it's on the island. It's over here. Nope, that's not the way out.
I'm gonna clean my gear later. I can do yours if you want. Yeah, of course. Don't mention it.
I was gonna say something about what she was talking about, and I completely forgot.
I'm catching snowflakes on my lashes.
I'd rather have snowflakes on my lashes than pollen, because, bro, when it pollens out here, it is rough.
Safe travels, champion.
Rough. Is there a box over here? Nah, there's not. Okay. So they come from somewhere else that's not on here. Okay. Call Alpha to the campfire.
Hey, Alva. I'm in landfall. Can you meet me here?
I'll be there as soon as I can. Aloy! I'm here. Had to sneak past a few machines on the way, but I made it.
All right. Ready to talk to that diviner?
Yes. He's right over there.
Diviner Alva, what are you doing back in landfall? And with the living ancestor?
We're looking for the At-Bay Research Center, where Leviathan was developed. The Legacy tells us it's somewhere in the city.
Alva mentioned you've been collecting data in the area. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I stumbled across it, but there was no data there, only crumbling ruins.
Tell us anyway. We might be able to find something you missed.
Please, don't trouble yourself. I assure you, our search was very thorough.
You're hiding something.
What? That is absurd. A diviner must only speak truth, as you're well aware.
Oh, you're worried you found something dangerous. Something compromising on Eileen Sasaki?
Keep your voice down.
Look, I get it, Nirik. You want to make it back to your family, so it's safer to turn a blind eye. But think of Leviathan. How it could help everyone. Isn't that why we're here? Don't let fear deny us that.
Very well. The facility's just south of here along the shore. But even if you find a way to fix Leviathan, it's sure to be shrouded in that which is forbidden.
Too often the truth is forbidden. Come on, let's go.
First of all, you'll be fine. Just tell us where it is, and we'll do whatever we need to do. And the thing I was going to say was about her was she said I'm better at fighting machines than she is. Well, we need to fix that if we're going to be fighting the Zeniths.
Hey, patrol went well, I take it.
Not bad with that diviner back there. We've come a long way since we first met.
And Nirik's like I used to be, terrified of a misstep. And with the overseers, he has every right to be. But what I've seen and learned since the greenhouse, it's so much more than what we're permitted. Diviners are supposed to seek the truth, and yet so much is kept from us. I'm tired of it. That should be the facility ahead.
Oh, hold up. Okay. I was like, is this the side? I don't know. Because there's one there. I know that. I was like, is there one on this side? Because we're going to have problems if there is.
We need to find a way in.
So this is the ruins. I see some goodies. Am I gonna have to go underwater? Please say no.
Up here. Well, Nirik wasn't lying about crumbling ruins, at least. Let's look around.
2 over there, 1, 2 over there. Oh!
Aloy, why is the ground shaking?
That's not good, whatever it is.
Whoa, that thing is huge!
Of course! Of course! A freaking course!
We'll have to take...
Of course. I need to find an Apex Slitherfang. Fire, frost, and plasma.
Get out if we want to find that data. Tough.
Okay. I'm with you.
And I missed.
Into battle!
Woo!
Can you use this?
Man, I don't know, because I don't know what you're... That missed.
Fight if I have to.
You don't have a choice. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. You got some tinder bits in there. my lord. Who's that? Oh, I ran right into you too. Bro, come on. Come on. You in my personal space. I don't like it. Oh, I'm in the water. I don't want to be in the water either. No. Oh. We're all in trouble. All right. Oh god. Man, this you fight. You know, it'd be nice if this thing was not in my face. I like snakes as much as the next person, but you were in my face. I'm trying. Ooh, no child. And I missed. Are you kidding? That should have killed you. Oh my. Whoa. It's literally like one shot. Finally. Oh my.
Down it goes. Shall we go up? Whew. Well, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
We should be able to look around for that data now.
She sounds like me. She's like, I'm gonna need to take a breather. Go on, take a breather then, girl. we need to do some training. We need to get you battle ready. You can't just be all brains now. Give me these goodies. One over there. What is it in this? Let me get in there. Let me in. Let me in. Ah, we're supposed to go over there. Oh, okay, so all that is in there. Okay. Well, how do I... Never mind. Never mind.
He was trying to pull that.
Sand, not a lot of data.
I thought it wasn't here.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to follow you there.
Follow me where? We'll go around then, child. Oh! I was just about to jump to my death. Hi, guys. Oh, it's green shine too. Oh, and the chest is over there that I was looking for. But how do I get it?
No, I'll wait here. Don't think I can manage that.
I'm trying to manage it myself. I guess I swim in or something. I don't know. I'm watching that one. So there's a box right here. And it won't let me get it. I was trying to figure out how to get it. Oh, there we go. Ooh, and it's yellow. Now to get that green shine and not die. Yeah, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I need it. I must have it. What is that over there? Something just pinged. Oh. Okay. Okay. Because the crocagator is like right there. Like it circles right here.
Aloy? I'm going to head back to base for now. Call me when you're back in the area.
Oh, because I left the mission area. Will. Oh, bad idea. Woo. Ooh, and I found a data point. Colossus Bay buy-in. Okay. Your game, your team, your stadium, your home. The stage for our future is set. Team Herculean, whatever, has been listening to its supporters, and after 6 years of development, the answer is finally here. Colossus Bay, the new residential area for the most dedicated fans in the Trials of Titans universe. At the southeastern edge of the San Francisco waterfront, over 5,100 new homes, 326 of which are affordably subsidized per state regulations, shall open their doors to the worthy, to you, and the stadium Empyrean at its beating heart. You'll not only be close to the action, you'll be a part of it. Whether you're streaming from the comfort of your lofty seaside apartment, scoping out the action in the cutting-edge holospheres that each public space is equipped with, or from your guaranteed MVP seat in the Empyrean, you will hear every cheer, feel every rumble, as every neighbor will be a dedicated fan like you. You will never walk alone again. You will be closer to the gods of gaming than you ever thought possible. Make Colossus Bay your home and share in the victory. We are Phalanx. Phalanx. Okay. Register your interest now. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Let me get out of here. Ooh, this way. Because I left the mission.
Wait for me, Aloy.
Oh. Then you magically show up. Well, get out of the water then, girl. No one told you to leave. You could have just stood here waiting for me, you know? You could have just stood here.
Might be able to kick that vent open.
What's that over there? You could have waited for me, but you decided not to. Are we good? No, we're not. That's actually reachable.
Going this way.
Might have collapsed when that Slitherfang came in.
Well, no one told that Slitherfang to be nosy, okay? No one told it to be nosy. Because I know I didn't.
I see a light up in that ruin.
Could be data up there. But how to reach it?
So...
Through here.
After you.
Okay.
Time for a swim.
Giving me things to sell, thank you.
The water's not freezing.
Yeah, we on the tropical side, you know?
Look at this place. I always try to imagine what it must have been like back when the old ones were here.
Less of a climb, I bet. Come on, let's find that light we saw earlier.
I mean, this is the light that I saw. I don't know what light you saw. Isn't there something else up here?
You okay?
Are you serious?
On every expedition, the soldiers would lay down walkways and barriers first to protect us diviners. But this is actually kind of fun.
She just like let go. Like I don't I don't understand. Oh, it's over there. That was just weird though. She just let go.
There. The console.
Must have been what Neric found.
Let's see if it has anything on Leviathan. Oh, the data on Leviathan isn't here. But there's some kind of log.
Delete the database? But Miss Suzaki, when you look at the reports, 3,000 exhibiting symptoms. Over 400 dead. The data's clear. Omarama is contaminating the water supply, promoting bacterial growth. And with Leviathan based on the same architecture...
You're a smart kid. Top of your class, right? My father built this company thanks to world-class talent like you. And you know what else is world-class? Our legal team. So unless you want to spend the rest of your career in some dead-end, underfunded public research institute, you'll delete that database and forward all data on Leviathan to my office.
Yes, ma'am.
That was her. The ancestor, Eileen Sasaki. Hundreds dead. And she knew their system was to blame, but she had the truth erased. Were all the ancestors like this? Selfish, ruthless, immoral? And yet we hold them up as paragons of enlightenment and virtue. Given what we've learned, I don't even know if Leviathan will work.
Hold on. Let's not give up just yet. You said before that the old ones use Leviathan to control flooding. Which means it probably worked. We'll know more when we find the data on it. The recording mentioned a copy was sent to Eileen's office.
And to their corporate headquarters. There. Let's go. It shouldn't take us long to get to the tower.
Lead on.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are like that. Sadly.
So what was that other system the recording mentioned? Omu Ramba?
The Legacy tells us it was the predecessor to Leviathan, a system that manipulated floods to bring life to a barren desert.
Quinn seemed to know a lot about this ancestor.
Diviner spent years trying to figure out how to restore Leviathan. We found... I'll stay here until you come back. Don't go too far. Hey, I'm glad you're back. Let's keep going then.
Sorry, there was something I needed to do. You were talking before I left?
Like I was saying, Diviner spent years trying to figure out how to restore Leviathan. We found a lot of data on Eileen Sasaki in the process. Though, now I wonder how much of it is actually true.
Wow, they really like, don't go too far. Sorry, I had something to do. Like, really? Wow.
Entrance is blocked. Gonna have to find another way in.
The soldiers built a path on the nearby ruin. Might be able to cross over from there.
Lead the way.
Yeah, lead the way. Lead the way, girl. What is this question mark? Oh, that's where we're going. So, that's where we're going. Do-do-do. Oh, I hear birds. I've been here.
I think this is as far as our soldiers got.
We'll have to climb higher to get into the tower.
I'll follow your lead.
Can I pull that?
Up we go.
Where am I going? Like, oh, okay.
You doing okay, Olva?
Yes. Don't worry about me.
Well, excuse me.
Glinthawk. Great.
I am
Did it see us?
I don't think so, but we'll have to be careful.
How are we going to get across?
Oh, that beam looks promising.
I am missing a Glinthawk too. Wherever it is. Is this the Glinthawk? Yeah. An Apex one.
Shouldn't use frost on it.
See, only two.
This is a lot higher up than I thought.
We'll be alright. I do this all the time. In real life, though, I'd be like, no. No.
Glinthawks. Well, we have the element of surprise.
Do we, though?
Or we could sneak by and, you know, not fall off the tower.
But I want that.
We should get going.
Oh, it fell. Ain't that a bitch?
There. No more Glinthawks.
I've heard our soldiers say the Glinthawks are the worst.
I wanted that. It fell.
Oh, I'll stay here. That looks a little iffy to me.
Yeah, I'm not going, because then I'll fall all the way down. I have to get all the way back up here. Not doing it. I'm mad it fell, though. I needed those shards.
Up this way.
I still got other things I gotta buy. I'll be spending a lot of time just grinding on my own before I even do that last mission. The last main mission. Just to get money.
Aloy? We're really high off the ground.
Yep. You can do it, Alva, okay? Just don't look down.
Right. Of course. Super easy.
There's the tower. Should be able to cross over. But we are going to have to jump.
After you.
She's like, excuse me?
That doesn't sound good.
Oh. Whoops. I didn't realize I gotta pull that out. My bad.
There's the tower. Should be able to cross over. But we are going to have to jump.
After you. That doesn't sound... After you.
There's some of that debris first.
Yeah, I just went for it.
Okay. Should be able to make it to the other side.
Just fell to my death.
Made it.
Okay, Alva, your turn.
Right. Yeah. Aloy, can you watch me and make sure I do this right?
Come on, Alva. You can do it. It's okay.
Please don't break.
I will save you.
Alva!
I'm okay. Wow. That would have been a long way to fall.
That had me worried. I thought there was going to be like a prompt.
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
As she slowly was sliding backwards, I ran up to her thinking there was going to be like a prompt, like I needed to save her. So I got scared. There's a campfire in here? Did I discover one? Oh, it's over there. Okay. I really thought I had to save her real quick. Oh my goodness, girl. Thanks for the heart attack. Passcode reminder reset. Mr. Hale, IT Security would like to emphasize again that entering your private passcode in the passcode reminder field does not meet digital security standards. As such, your passcode has been reset. Again, please choose an appropriate reminder in the future. And your reminder for your passcode was the passcode? Lord. That's like saying the password is password.
think it needs a passcode. Let's look around. Huh.
Useless. From Brad Hale to IT Security. What good is a passcode reminder if it doesn't tell me what the passcode is? The next time I'm trying to set up the conference room for a board meeting and I get locked out because I can't remember the stupid passcode, fingers will be pointed at you. You want an unhelpful, useless passcode reminder? Fine. FBA founding date, month and year. There. Happy now, so IT security morons? So the founding date, month and year.
This says the code is the month and year the company was founded.
According to the Legacy, it was October 2023.
October 2023.
So the company was founded in October.
Which is the 10th month of the year.
I'm glad you know, because I was like, I don't know.
Got it. Door should be unlocked now. Maybe the data on Leviathan isn't here.
Cost reduction strategy? We're talking about people's lives here. I did as you asked on Omuramba, but this is worse.
Relax, Eileen. I've spoken with risk management. They're confident that the chance of another incident is within acceptable parameters. We're moving ahead with Leviathan.
You know, Dad, shortcuts have a way of catching up with you. Within acceptable parameters or not.
Well, one day in the distant future when you're in charge, you can run things how you want. But until then, how about you let me worry about that?
Guess Eileen and her father didn't always get along. But it seems like covering up Omuramba wasn't her idea.
Doesn't matter. She still had a part in it.
Well, let's keep going. Her office must be higher up.
Within acceptable parameters is basically a professional, smart way of saying the bare minimum. The bare minimum that we needed to work. I hear sparklies.
Dead end. There's a ladder in that shaft, but it's blocked.
I hear sparklies.
I might be able to pull the rubble out from the other shaft.
No, there's green shine somewhere. That's why I'm like, I hear sparklies. Oh, okay. Oh.
Let's see where this leads.
You go on ahead. I'll look for a way up that has a lesser chance of falling to my death.
Okay.
You know what? When all of this chaos is over, come to where I live. Come to where Aloy lives. We'll get you some good old training. Whoa, okay, I wasn't sure what I needed to do. I didn't know, like, if I needed to, like, jump or something crazy.
Hey, Alva?
Yes?
There's something I don't get. You said Eileen was the one who built Leviathan, not her father, so what happened?
I'm not sure. The Legacy doesn't say. Either that knowledge is lost or forbidden. Or maybe we were wrong about that too.
Oh God.
Are you doing okay, Aloy?
Yo.
Yeah, it's just a long way up.
don't do that. Whew, Jesus. Oh, I guess if I missed or something, then I can get up another way. Or, never mind, I do have to go down. What? Oh. The sky is so pretty though. Look at that. Look at that sky. Oh, where am I going? Didn't I just come from that way? So where am I going? Oh.
Now, how to get up higher?
Just making sure, because I'm not coming back up here. Well, I mean, I'm discovering all these campfires.
How about you, Alva? Any luck finding a way up?
Not yet.
Whew. Well, that's done with.
Is it though? Is it though?
Okay, I'm back at the shafts. If I blow up that fire gleam, the elevator might fall and open up a path for Alva. Hey, Alva? Step away from the shaft.
Okay, but, why?
You'll see in a second.
About to blow it up. Incoming.
Whoa! Oh, I can reach the ladder now. Be right up, Aloy.
Looks like there's another floor above. Might be Eileen's office.
Okay, I'll meet you up there.
Oh my gosh. I guess I should have had a running start because I was about to fall to my death again. What up, girl?
Made it! There you are.
After you shoved me down.
Let's see what's up here.
Rude.
Another locked door. Need to figure out the passcode.
These artifacts, I think these were Eileen's. It's every diviner's dream to discover even one of the ancestors' artifacts.
And maybe they'll help with the door.
I was just waiting for y'all to stop talking.
That must be the Dragonfly 6. Ape used it in most of their construction projects. The Dragonfly 6 was their most successful model.
Huh. It's art, I think.
Could it be? Yes, I think this was commissioned in honor of the company's 25th anniversary.
This looks like some kind of prototype.
For water purification. Must be the H2 flow.
What?
H2 flow. Their early inventions had strange names. That must be the Larson McCory Award. The Legacy says Eileen won it when she was 40 for her work on Leviathan.
Interesting. Could look wrong with my focus. How old was Eileen when she won this award?
40.
All the numbers you mentioned. I wonder if they make up the passcode.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
What was this called again?
The Dragonfly 6.
What did you say this was for again?
The company's 25th anniversary. Looks like it used to be on the last pedestal.
Can my focus see anything?
Supposed to be the last one? So... said something about 6. So 25 is supposed to be last.
What was this thing again?
The H2 flow.
You said Eileen was how old when she won this?
40.
So
how old did you say Eileen was
40?
when she won this?
40.
How old was Eileen when she won this award?
Stop!
40.
I don't know if this is right.
That did it.
Oh! Big brain powers.
You can almost see the whole city from up here.
Corner office. Impressive view. It must have been Eileen's.
Let's see if the data on Leviathan is here.
Well, it's official. Eileen Sasaki, CEO, chair, and worst daughter in the world. Security had to escort Dad to his vert. Guess we'll be speaking through lawyers from now on. Looking down at the world from here. It's hard to see the details. People become risk factors, statistics, far too easily. Omuramba was supposed to provide clean water, improve lives. It was easier to pretend there wasn't a problem. Easier to believe the lie was truth. But I don't want to pretend anymore. I will build Leviathan right. No more shortcuts. No more lying just to save face. your sins. My sins. But maybe we can still do some good.
She overthrew her father, took over the company, so that Leviathan wouldn't end up killing people.
It sounded like she regretted covering up Omaramba's failure.
She wasn't perfect. Not a paragon, as the Quan believe, but not a monster either. She tried to make up for her mistakes.
And now you know the truth.
As for the data, Leviathan... yes, it's here. Downloading a copy now.
Is something wrong?
I think I'll stay here a while longer. There's a lot more data that I want to look through.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Down is always easier than up. Let's speak again when we're back at base.
Okay. I'll see you there. Well, after climbing all the way up, why not glide down?
Wait, you're going to what?
Just thinking about it.
Nah, I'm gonna glide down.
Careful!
I was wondering if she was gonna say something like, Aloy, no! I got this. Elevator going down. Boop. Look at that.
Aloy! Did you make it?
Sure did.
Amazing. Well, see you back at base. Good luck out there.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to her. Totally forgot about that. I gotta talk to her. So let's talk to her first, and then we'll look at those. Oh wait, no, it's over here. It's over here. Hello? Okay, that was weird. My mic just like, my headset just shut off. I was like, wait a minute. Why? That, man, stuff like that be... stressing me out. Okay, Alva, where are you?
He seems happy with it.
Oh, I was wondering why that was confusing me.
Probably because he could crush me like a grape.
That is a happy thought.
Nope. Nope.
Aloy, do you have a moment? Aloy! I'm glad you're here. I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alva. I'll put it to good use. Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way, or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
I need to get going.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Your eyes open out there, soldier.
Copy that.
If you walk by, you'll miss out on a good trade.
You got this? Thank you. I've been trying for so long. And, you know, being an adult and blah, 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 you can't, like, play games like you used to when you're, like, a kid or whatever, so. That's also why it's taking me so long. But there's so much to do in this game for it to be, for you to get 100%. So. But I'm pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. But it takes so long just to do one thing. Like, I'm at 141 hours. Jeez. Excuse me, wait till I get my 100%. I'm going to play games more than I did as a kid. I will work out in game. That's all I'm gonna do. You're trying to get 100% on what? Disability? Oh, okay. Oh, you trying to be at home. You trying to be at home. Shoot, if I had a work from home job, that'd be helpful too. Yep. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. My shoulder is so shot I can barely turn my car center. That is not good.
Don't let the pretty landscapes fool you. It's deadly out there.
Yep, and I'm gonna need you to hurry up and get surgery on them shoulders. Happy Thanksgiving. See ya.
Are you looking to buy?